First contact, an alien scout ship crash lands on Earth. The lone survivor, Zara, is rescued by a group of humans led by Dr. Emily Chen. Initial distrust gives way to curiosity on both sides. Cultural exchange. As Zara recovers, she and the humans learn about each other's cultures. A breakthrough in communication leads to shared scientific knowledge. Looming threat. Zara reveals her people, the Araxians, are fleeing a dangerous enemy. Earth may be in danger. Humans and Zara race to prepare defenses. Battle for Earth, the enemy arrives. Despite inferior technology, humans display incredible ingenuity and bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. Turning the tide. A daring plan involving both human and Araxian technology provides a chance to defeat the invaders. The operation hinges on human unpredictability. A new alliance. With the threat defeated, humans are welcomed into the galactic community. The story ends with preparations for a joint human-Araxian mission of exploration. Now I'll begin writing the full story, starting with Part 1. Each part will be approximately 2,000 words. Part 1, First Contact. The night sky of a rural Montana erupted in a blaze of light. To the casual observer, it might have appeared to be a particularly bright meteor, but Dr. Emily Chen knew better. As the lead astronomer at the Bridger Range Observatory, she had been tracking this anomaly for days. Whatever it wasn't natural, and it was about to make landfall. Emily's hand trembled as she lowered her binoculars. "Tom, notify the authorities. Tell them we have a situation." Her assistant nodded grimly and reached for the secure phone line. Within hours, a hastily assembled team of scientists, military personnel, and government officials had cordoned off the crash site. The object, clearly artificial and of unearthly origin, had plowed a deep furrow into a wheat field before coming to rest against a rocky outcropping. Emily approached the smoldering wreckage, her heart pounding. Steam hissed from ruptured pipes and an acrid smell filled the air. As she drew closer, she noticed a faint movement within the craft. "There's someone inside," she shouted, rushing forward despite the protests of the security team. Using a piece of debris as a lever, she managed to pry open what appeared to be a hatch. And there, curled in a protective ball, was a being unlike anything Emily had ever seen. Its skin was a pale lavender, with iridescent patterns that seemed to shift in the moonlight. Large, almond-shaped eyes blinked open, revealing pupils like liquid silver. The creature, clearly injured and disoriented, let out a soft chirp that somehow conveyed both fear and wonder. Emily found herself reaching out instinctively, her scientific curiosity overridden by a deeply human impulse to comfort. "It's okay," she said softly, knowing the words wouldn't be understood, but hoping her tone would convey her intent. "We're here to help." The next few hours were a whirlwind of activity. A temporary shelter was erected around the crash site, and a team of xenobiologists was flown in. Emily, having made first contact, was put in charge of the operation. The alien, whom they began calling Zara, based on a repeated sound it made, seemed to be recovering quickly from its injuries. Its physiology was remarkably resilient, and within a day, it was able to sit up and take in its surroundings with obvious curiosity. Communication was a challenge, but Emily and her team made steady progress. They started with simple gestures and pictographs, gradually building a rudimentary vocabulary. Zara proved to be not just intelligent, but eager to learn and share information. On the third day, a breakthrough came. Zara had been examining a tablet computer with great interest, tapping at the screen and chirping excitedly. Suddenly, the device began to glow with an otherworldly light. When it faded, lines of alien script scrolled across the screen, rapidly transforming into English. "Gratitude," the message read. "Your kindness unexpected. My people, the Araxians, long sought peaceful contact. Fear prevented. Now through your actions, hope renewed." Emily stared at the screen in amazement. "How?" she managed to ask. Zara's silver eyes seemed to sparkle with amusement. The tablet glowed again, and a new message appeared. Technology gap significant. This simple for Araxians, much to share if you willing. The implications were staggering. Emily's mind raced with the possibilities and the potential dangers. She took a deep breath, steadying herself. "We are willing," she said carefully, "but we need to proceed with caution. There's a lot we don't understand about each other." Zara nodded, a gesture it had clearly picked up from observing the humans. The tablet glowed once more. Understanding mutual goal, patience valuable, trust must grow. Over the next few weeks, that trust did indeed grow. Zara shared tantalizing glimpses of Araxian science and culture, while Emily and her team introduced the alien to the diversity of human life. They discovered surprising similarities. Both species valued family, pursued knowledge, and created art, as well as fascinating differences. The Araxians, it turned out, communicated primarily through a combination of bioluminescent patterns and telepathy. Their society was highly communal, with a strong emphasis on collective problem-solving. They had mastered faster-than-light travel centuries ago, but had been hesitant to make contact with other intelligent species. "Fear of unknown strong," Zara explained through the translator. "Past encounters not always peaceful. Earth different. Humans show compassion first, curiosity second. Rare and valuable trait." Emily couldn't help but feel a surge of pride at those words. Humanity, for all its flaws, had made a positive first impression on an advanced alien civilization. It was a responsibility she felt keenly. As the days passed, Zara's ship was carefully moved to a secure facility for study. The technology was beyond anything humans had dreamed of, and even with Zara's assistance, it would take years to fully understand. But time, it seemed, was not on their side. 1 month after the crash, Zara's demeanor changed. The alien became agitated, spending long hours staring at the sky with an expression Emily had learned to recognize as worry. "What's wrong?" Emily asked, sitting beside Zara on the roof of the research facility. The night was clear, the Milky Way stretching across the sky in a dazzling band. Zara's patterns pulsed with a melancholy blue. The tablet in Emily's hand came to life. "Message received from my people. Araxians fleeing great danger. Earth in path. Must prepare." Emily felt a chill run down her spine. Prepare for what? Zara's gaze turned to meet hers, those alien eyes filled with a very human mix of fear and determination. The tablet glowed ominously. "War comes. Humanity must be ready. Together, we face the storm." As the implications of Zara's words sank in, Emily realized that everything was about to change. The dawn of a new era for humanity had arrived, bringing with it both incredible opportunities and existential threats. The next few months would determine not just the fate of Earth, but perhaps the future of galactic civilization itself. With a deep breath, Emily squared her shoulders. Whatever challenges lay ahead, she knew that human ingenuity, coupled with Araxian wisdom, gave them a fighting chance. The adventure and the struggle was only just beginning. Cultural exchange. As news of Zara's warning spread through the highest levels of government, the small research facility in Montana became a hive of activity. World leaders, top scientists, and military strategists converged, all seeking to understand the nature of the threat and how best to prepare. Emily found herself at the center of it all, serving as the primary liaison between humanity and their alien visitor. Despite the looming danger, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement. This was the kind of first contact scenario she had dreamed about since childhood, a peaceful exchange of knowledge and culture. "Tell me about your world, Zara," Emily asked one evening as they sat in the facility's garden. The alien had developed a fondness for Earth's plant life, particularly enjoying the scent of lavender. Zara's skin shimmered with patterns of green and gold, a display Emily had come to associate with nostalgia and fondness. The translator tablet glowed to life. Araxia, third planet of binary star system. Oceans cover most surface. Cities float on water, reach into sky, life everywhere, in air, in depths, in light between stars. Emily tried to picture it, a world of endless oceans and soaring structures, teeming with alien life. It sounds beautiful, she said softly. Zara's patterns shifted to a deeper blue. Beautiful, yes, but now in danger. Enemy comes, consumes all in path. Araxians flee, seek new home, new allies. And you think Earth could be that ally? Emily asked. The alien's silver eyes met hers. Hope so. Humans different, adaptable, creative, face problems in unexpected ways. Quality Araxians admire, need. As the days passed, the cultural exchange deepened. Zara shared holographic recordings of Araxian art, swirling, multidimensional sculptures that seemed to defy physics. In return, Emily introduced the alien to human music, literature, and film. To everyone's surprise, Zara developed a particular fondness for Earth's comedies. The concept of humor, it turned out, was not universal among galactic civilizations. The Araxian found human jokes and situational comedy utterly fascinating, often requesting explanations that led to deep discussions about human psychology and social dynamics. Laughter powerful tool, Zara observed after a marathon viewing of classic sitcoms. Builds bonds, releases tension, challenges authority, weapon and medicine both. Emily nodded, seeing humor in a new light. I never thought of it that way, but you're right. Do the Araxians have anything similar? Zara's skin rippled with thoughtful patterns. Closest concept, harmonious dissonance. Create beauty from chaos, meaning from absurdity. But not same. Human humor unique, valuable. As Zara learned about humanity, the research team made incredible strides in understanding Araxian technology. The aliens' crashed ship proved to be a treasure trove of advanced science, from gravity manipulation to faster-than-light communication. Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, a brilliant physicist, worked closely with Zara to unravel the mysteries of Araxian propulsion systems. It's like they've rewritten the laws of physics, he exclaimed during one briefing. Their understanding of quantum mechanics is centuries beyond ours. Similar breakthroughs were happening in other fields. Araxian medical technology offered the potential to cure countless human diseases. Their sustainable energy systems could solve Earth's climate crisis almost overnight. The potential benefits to humanity were staggering. But with each new discovery came ethical dilemmas and security concerns. How quickly could this technology be safely integrated into human society? What if it fell into the wrong hands? And always in the background, the looming threat of the unnamed enemy that had forced the Araxians to flee their homeworld. Emily often found herself mediating between various factions, those who wanted to immediately weaponize the new technology, those who urged caution and further study, and those who saw the situation as an opportunity for global cooperation on an unprecedented scale. Through it all, Zara remained a calm and steady presence. The aliens seemed to have an innate understanding of human nature, often offering insights that helped bridge divides and find compromise. Your species young, Zara explained during one particularly heated debate, but potential vast. Discord natural part of growth. Key is to channel conflict into progress, not destruction. As weeks turned to months, the cultural exchange bore unexpected fruit. Human scientists, inspired by Araxian biotechnology, made breakthroughs in clean energy production and environmental restoration. Araxian engineers, impressed by human digital systems, developed new approaches to information processing that enhanced their own technology. But perhaps the most profound changes were happening on a personal level. As Zara interacted with more humans, barriers of fear and mistrust began to crumble. The aliens' genuine curiosity and openness inspired similar qualities in those around it. Emily watched with pride as schoolchildren asked Zara questions about life among the stars, as artists collaborated with the alien to create stunning new forms of expression, and as philosophers engaged in deep discussions about the nature of consciousness and reality. One morning, as Emily and Zara watched the sunrise from their favorite spot on the facility's roof, the alien turned to her with an expression she had learned to read as one of deep emotion. Gratitude, the translator conveyed, for welcome, for friendship, for hope. Araxians fought alone in fight against darkness. Now, with humans, new possibilities emerge. Emily felt a lump in her throat. We're grateful too, Zara. You've opened up the universe for us, shown us wonders we never imagined. Whatever comes next, we face it together. As if on cue, alarms began to blare throughout the facility. Dr. Tanaka burst onto the roof, out of breath and wide-eyed. We've detected something, he gasped. Multiple objects moving at impossible speeds, entering the solar system. Zara's skin pulsed with urgent patterns. The translator sparked to life. They come. The devourers of worlds. Time to prepare is over. Now, we fight. Emily took a deep breath, steeling herself for what was to come. The months of cultural exchange, of learning and growing together, had led to this moment. Humanity was about to face its greatest challenge, but they would do so with the wisdom of the stars and the strength of a new alliance. As they rushed to the command center, Emily couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope. Humans and Araxians, so different yet united in purpose. Perhaps together they could achieve the impossible. The battle for Earth was about to begin. Looming threat. The command center buzzed with frantic activity as screens displayed the approaching objects. Dr. Tanaka's fingers flew across holographic interfaces, extrapolating trajectories and analyzing energy signatures. They'll reach Earth's orbit in approximately 72 hours, he announced, his voice tense but controlled. Emily turned to Zara, whose skin rippled with patterns of deep crimson, a color she had come to associate with urgency and danger. What can you tell us about them? She asked. The alien's silver eyes seemed to darken as the translator conveyed its response. The Void Collective. Cybernetic beings, part organic, part machine. Consume resources, assimilate technology, expand endlessly. No diplomacy possible, only destruction in their wake. A chill ran through the room. General Maria Hernandez, the military liaison to the project, stepped forward. What are their capabilities? Weaknesses? Zara's patterns shifted to a mix of blue and gold, a combination Emily recognized as strategic thinking. Advanced weaponry, energy shields, swarm tactics. But not creative. Follow patterns, predictable if understood. Key to victory, unpredictability. The next hours were a blur of activity. As world leaders were briefed and global defense plans activated, Emily worked with Zara and the research team to prepare Earth's defenses. They had made significant progress in adapting Araxian technology, but there hadn't been time to fully integrate it into Earth's existing systems. Now, they would have to improvise, combining human ingenuity with alien knowledge in ways never before attempted. Dr. Tanaka led a team in modifying communications satellites to create an early warning network using Araxian quantum entanglement principles. General Hernandez coordinated with military forces worldwide, incorporating Araxian shield technology into key defensive positions. Emily found herself bouncing between groups, translating not just words, but concepts between humans and their alien ally. She marveled at how quickly people adapted, how eagerly they embraced new ideas in the face of this existential threat. As the deadline approached, a plan began to take shape. It was audacious, combining Earth's nuclear arsenal with Araxian gravity manipulation technology to create a minefield in space. But it was only the first line of defense. Not enough, Zara warned, its patterns pulsing with concern. Void Collective adapts quickly. Need surprise. Need human creativity. Emily nodded, understanding. We need a wild card, something they won't expect. It was Dr. Aisha Patel, a brilliant but often overlooked theoretical physicist who provided the spark of inspiration. What if, she began hesitantly, we don't just defend? What if we bring the fight to them? All eyes turned to her as she explained her idea. It was crazy, borderline suicidal, but it just might work. They would use Zara's ship, enhanced with both human and Araxian modifications, to launch a small team directly into the heart of the Void Collective's fleet. A digital virus, as she continued, her confidence growing. Something that exploits their cybernetic nature. We can't outgun them, but maybe we can outsmart them. The room erupted in a flurry of discussion. It was risky, but as Zara had said, unpredictability was their best weapon. As the details of the plan were hammered out, a tense excitement filled the air. This was humanity's moment to prove itself on the galactic stage. Emily found herself selected to lead the mission, along with Dr. Tanaka, a small team of engineers, and of course Zara. As they made final preparations, she couldn't help but reflect on how far they'd come in such a short time. Humans and an alien, working side by side to save Earth. It was like something out of the science fiction stories she'd loved as a child, but this was all too real. With less than 24 hours until the Void Collective's arrival, Emily addressed the assembled team. "I won't lie to you," she said, her voice steady despite her inner turmoil. "This mission is dangerous. We don't know exactly what we'll face out there. But I do know this: what we do today will determine the future not just of humanity, but of countless species across the galaxy." She looked at each face in turn, seeing determination and courage reflected back at her. "We carry with us the hopes of billions, the creativity, the resilience, the sheer stubborn will that defines humanity. And we carry the wisdom and technology of the Araxians, a testament to what can be achieved when different cultures come together in peace." Zara stepped forward, its patterns swirling with a mix of emotions Emily had learned to interpret as pride, hope, and resolve. The translator conveyed its words: "Honored to stand with humans. Together we light spark in darkness. Together we show galaxy new way." As final checks were completed and goodbyes said, Emily felt a strange calm settled over her. Whatever happened next, she knew they had already achieved something remarkable. Humanity had looked to the stars and, instead of fear, had found friendship and common purpose. The ship's engines hummed to life, a perfect fusion of human and Araxian technology. As they prepared to launch, Emily exchanged a look with Zara. No words were needed. They were in this together, two species united against a common threat. The countdown began. In mere hours, they would come face to face with the Void Collective. The fate of Earth, and perhaps the galaxy, hung in the balance. But as Emily strapped herself in, she felt not fear, but a fierce determination. This was humanity's moment to shine, to show the universe what they were truly capable of. And she, along with her unlikely crew of humans and an alien, would lead the charge. The ship rose into the night sky, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of an entire world. The battle for Earth was about to begin, and with it, a new chapter in the story of humanity among the stars. Battle for Earth. The vastness of space enveloped Emily's team as they maneuvered through the outer reaches of Earth's solar system. The modified Araxian ship hummed with a blend of alien technology and human ingenuity, a testament to what could be achieved through cooperation. Dr. Tanaka's voice broke the tense silence. Multiple contacts detected. The Void Collective's fleet is entering the solar system. On the main view screen, a chilling sight unfolded. Hundreds of sleek, biomechanical ships emerged from what appeared to be tears in the fabric of space itself. Their designs were a nightmarish fusion of organic curves and sharp metallic edges. Zara's skin pulsed with urgent patterns. The translator conveyed its message: Void Collective unaware of our presence. Element of surprise remains. Must act swiftly. Emily nodded, her heart racing but her voice steady. Initiate Phase 1. Let's show them what Earth's defenses can do. At her command, the minefield they had hastily constructed sprang to life. Fusion-powered satellites, enhanced with Araxian gravity manipulation technology, created a web of destructive energy throughout the solar system. The effect was immediate and devastating. Dozens of Void Collective ships were caught in the trap, torn apart by forces they couldn't have anticipated. But the victory was short-lived. "They're adapting," Dr. Tanaka shouted, his fingers flying over holographic controls, reconfiguring their shields to counter the gravitational effects. Emily gritted her teeth. They had known this would happen, but seeing the collective's ability to evolve in real time was terrifying. "Move us in closer," she ordered. "We need to deploy the virus before they can fully adapt." As their ship darted between the colossal void vessels, Earth's more conventional defenses sprang into action. Missiles streaked across space, railguns fired magnetically accelerated projectiles, and experimental energy weapons lashed out at the invaders. The battle was chaos incarnate. Explosions bloomed silently in the vacuum of space, debris from destroyed ships becoming deadly projectiles. Through it all, Emily's team pushed forward, Zara's expert piloting keeping them just ahead of the collective's counterattacks. "We're approaching the command ship," Dr. Patel announced, her voice tense but focused, preparing to upload the virus. This was the moment everything hinged on. The virus, a fusion of Earth's most advanced AI algorithms and Araxian quantum computing principles, was designed to exploit the cybernetic nature of the Void Collective. If it worked, it would sow chaos in their ranks, disrupting their hive-mind coordination. "Do it," Emily commanded. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then suddenly, the massive command ship before them shuddered. Its sleek surface began to ripple and distort, as if the very metal was rebelling against its form. "It's working," Dr. Tanaka exclaimed. "The virus is spreading through their network." But their celebration was premature. A massive energy surge erupted from the command ship, racing towards them faster than they could react. "Brace for impact," Emily shouted. The blast hit them like a physical wall, overloading systems and sending the crew sprawling. As emergency alarms blared, Emily pulled herself back to her station, assessing the damage. "Status report," she called out. Dr. Tanaka's voice was grim. "Main propulsion is down. We're operating on auxiliary power only." Zara's patterns flashed urgently. The translator struggled to keep up. Void Collective adapting. Quarantining infected systems. Virus effectiveness diminishing. Emily's mind raced. They had dealt a significant blow, but it wasn't enough. The Void Collective was already regrouping, and their ship was crippled. They needed something more, something unpredictable. That's when inspiration struck. "Zara," she said, turning to the alien, "you said the collective isn't creative, right? They follow patterns." Zara's skin shimmered in affirmation. "Then let's give them something they can't predict, something uniquely human." Emily turned to her crew. "I need ideas. The crazier, the better. What's something so illogical, so against all tactical sense, that the collective would never see it coming?" For a moment, there was silence. Then, to everyone's surprise, it was the usually reserved Dr. Tanaka who spoke up. What if we weaponize our culture?" Emily blinked. "What do you mean?" "Think about it," Tanaka continued, warming to his idea. "The collective is all about assimilation, right? They consume and adapt. So let's give them something they can't process, a cultural overload." The idea was insane, but as Emily looked around at her team, she saw the spark of possibility in their eyes. This was human creativity at its finest, finding hope in the face of impossible odds. "All right," she said, a determined smile spreading across her face. "Let's do it. We're going to hit the Void Collective with the biggest, loudest, most confusing burst of human culture they've ever seen." As the battle raged on outside, Emily's team worked feverishly. They compiled a massive data package, a chaotic mix of Earth's art, music, literature, and philosophy. Classical symphonies mixed with heavy metal, Shakespeare's sonnets collided with internet memes, ancient cave paintings shared space with abstract expressionism. "We'll use the remains of the virus as a delivery system," Dr. Patel explained. "It won't infect their systems, but it will force them to process the data." Emily nodded. It was their last best hope. "Zara, can you get us close enough to transmit?" The alien's skin pulsed with determination. Without a word, it took control of the ship, guiding them on a wild, unpredictable course through the heart of the Void Collective's fleet. "Now," Emily shouted as they came within range of the command ship. The transmission burst forth, carrying with it the distilled essence of humanity's creative spirit. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, like a wave rippling through water, a visible shudder passed through the collective's ships. On the view screen, Emily watched in awe as the massive vessels began to move erratically. Some spun in place, while others drifted off course, colliding with their allies. "It's working," Dr. Tanaka exclaimed. "They're trying to process the data, but it's overloading their systems." The effects spread rapidly through the collective's fleet. Ships that had been advancing on Earth now hung motionless in space or careened wildly off course. The coordinated assault had devolved into chaos. As the realization of what they had achieved sank in, a cheer erupted from the crew. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity had stood its ground against a vastly superior force, and won. But Emily knew the battle wasn't over. The Void Collective was stunned, but not defeated. As she watched Earth's combined forces move in to press their advantage, she turned to her team. "Well done, everyone," she said, her voice filled with pride. "But our job's not finished. Let's get this ship operational and rejoin the fight. We've shown the galaxy what humanity is capable of. Now let's finish what we started." As they set to work repairing their battered vessel, Emily exchanged a look with Zara. The alien's patterns swirled with what she now recognized as admiration and hope. Together, they had achieved the impossible. And this, Emily realized, was only the beginning of humanity's journey among the stars, turning the tide. As Emily's team worked feverishly to repair their ship, the battle for Earth continued to rage. The cultural overload had thrown the Void Collective into disarray, but their vast numbers and adaptive technology meant they were far from defeated. Earth's combined forces pressed their advantage, launching a coordinated assault on the disoriented enemy fleet. Araxian-enhanced weapons tore through void ships, while human tactics kept the invaders off balance. "We're back online," Dr. Tanaka announced triumphantly as the ship's systems flickered back to life. Emily nodded, a determined glint in her eye. "Then let's get back out there. Zara, can you patch us into Earth's command frequency?" The alien's skin pulsed in affirmation, and soon General Hernandez's voice filled the bridge. "Dr. Chen, we thought we'd lost you. Your stunt with the cultural package bought us some time, but the collective is starting to regroup. We need a way to finish this." Emily's mind raced. They had surprised the collective once, but they couldn't rely on the same trick twice. They needed something new, something that combined the best of both human and Araxian capabilities. That's when inspiration struck. "General," she said, her voice steady with newfound purpose, "I have an idea. But we'll need every ship we've got, and perfect coordination with the Araxian technology we've integrated." As Emily outlined her plan, a hush fell over the command channel. It was audacious, borderline insane, but it just might work. "It's risky," General Hernandez said finally, "but at this point, we're out of options. Do it." The next hours were a blur of activity. Emily's team worked tirelessly, coordinating with Earth's forces and fine-tuning their strategy. The plan was to use a combination of Araxian gravity manipulation and human nuclear technology to create a localized space-time distortion, essentially a controlled black hole. "If we can position it correctly," Dr. Patel explained, her eyes shining with excitement, "we can use it to trap the majority of the collective's fleet. They'll be caught in the event horizon, unable to escape or adapt." It was a plan born of desperation and brilliance, the kind of impossible solution that seemed to be humanity's specialty. As the final preparations were made, Emily addressed the combined Earth fleet. "What we're about to attempt has never been done before," she said, her voice carrying across thousands of ships. "It's dangerous, and there's no guarantee of success. But in this moment, we carry with us the hopes of not just Earth, but countless worlds across the galaxy. Together, we will show the Void Collective and the universe what we're truly capable of. A chorus of affirmations rang out across the communication channels. Human and Araxian voices joined as one, united in purpose. The battle that followed would be remembered for generations. Earth ships darted and weaved through the chaos, drawing the collective into position. Araxian technology pulsed and hummed, bending the very fabric of space-time. And at the center of it all was Emily's ship, Zara at the helm, guiding them through maneuvers that defied conventional physics. Now, Emily shouted as they reached the crucial moment. A blinding flash erupted in the heart of the Void Collective's fleet. For a terrifying instant, it seemed as if the very stars themselves were being torn apart. Then, with a silent roar that shook every ship to its core, a swirling vortex of darkness bloomed in space. The effect was immediate and devastating. Void ships were drawn inexorably towards the artificial black hole, their advanced technology useless against the fundamental forces of the universe. "It's working," Dr. Tanaka explained, his voice filled with awe and disbelief. Emily watched in stunned silence as ship after ship vanished into the swirling darkness. The collective, for all its power and adaptability, had no defense against this unprecedented attack. As quickly as it had formed, the black hole collapsed in on itself, taking the majority of the Void fleet with it. Those that remained were disorganized and vulnerable, easy prey for Earth's reinvigorated forces. A cheer erupted across every channel as the realization set in. They had done it. Against all odds, humanity had faced an overwhelming alien threat and emerged victorious. A new alliance. In the days that followed, as the last pockets of Void resistance were mopped up, a new era dawned for Earth. The victory over the collective had united humanity in a way nothing else could have. Old rivalries and conflicts seemed petty in the face of what they had achieved together. But perhaps even more significant was the deeper bond that had formed between humans and Araxians. Zora's people, seeing how Earth had stood its ground against a threat that had driven them from their own world, arrived in greater numbers. Not as refugees, but as allies eager to forge a new future together. Emily found herself at the center of it all, a bridge between two species. As she stood before the United Nations, Zara by her side, she felt the weight of history on her shoulders. "We stand at a crossroads," she began, her voice carrying to every corner of the globe. "The threat of the Void Collective has been neutralized, but we know they are not the only danger lurking in the depths of space. Yet I look to the future not with fear, but with hope." She gestured to Zara, whose skin shimmered with patterns of mutual respect and optimism. "We have seen what we can achieve when we work together. Human ingenuity and Araxian wisdom, combined, are a force capable of overcoming any obstacle." As Emily continued her speech, outlining a vision of a joint human-Araxian space exploration program, she felt a swell of emotion. This was more than just a military alliance or a scientific partnership. It was the beginning of something truly revolutionary, a joining of two species, each complementing the other's strengths and overcoming their weaknesses. In the months that followed, changes swept across Earth. Araxian technology, integrated responsibly and ethically, began to solve problems that had plagued humanity for generations. Clean energy, environmental restoration, medical breakthroughs, the benefits seemed endless. But it wasn't a one-way exchange. The Araxians, for all their advanced technology, found themselves captivated by human culture and creativity. Art galleries showcased works that blended styles from both worlds. Music took on new dimensions as human composers collaborated with Araxian harmonics experts. Even in the realm of science and technology, human approaches led to innovations that the Araxians had never conceived. 1 year after the battle, Emily stood on the launch pad beside a new ship, a true fusion of human and Araxian design. It was the flagship of the newly formed Galactic Exploration Corps, a joint venture aimed at pushing the boundaries of known space. As the crew, A mix of humans and Arexians made their final preparations. Emily felt a tap on her shoulder. She turned to see Zara, its skin shimmering with excitement. Ready for next adventure, the translator conveyed, though Emily hardly needed it anymore. She had grown adept at reading Zara's patterns. Emily smiled, feeling a familiar thrill of anticipation. Always, she replied, though I have to admit, I never imagined our first meeting would lead to all this. Zara's patterns swirled in what Emily now recognized as amusement, unpredictability, humanity's greatest strength, excited to see what we discover together. As they boarded the ship, Emily took one last look at the Earth behind them. It was change, yes, but for the better. United, optimistic, reaching for the stars not out of fear or a desire to conquer, but out of a genuine thirst for knowledge and connection. The ship's engines hummed to life, a perfect harmony of two worlds' technologies. As they rose into the sky, Emily felt a profound sense of pride and purpose. Whatever challenges awaited them in the vast expanse of the galaxy, she knew that together, human and Arexian, logic and creativity, caution and daring, they were ready to face them. The adventure was just beginning.